been missing you for the last several weeks because this year, excuse me, Christmas and New Year's came on Tuesday. But thanks for joining us today. I'm Randy Fling, the host of Tech Tuesdays with Randy Fling. I'm here with a good friend, Deshaun, from OurErrands, who we're going to be talking to about his project and the company they've got. Hope everybody had a great holiday and that you're ready for this new year. We're going to be coming at you every single week with exciting people, exciting products that are coming out, and letting you know the most important events going around Atlanta and the rest of the country to make sure you're enjoying them, that you're participating fully in the technology revolution that continues step by step to take over our country, and that will determine how you live and hopefully how you work and make money. We like making money here on Tech Tuesdays. We love those of you who tune in and are interested in starting your own technology ventures, as well as those who may be working in the technology space doing unique things. So welcome back for 2019. Deshaun, I'm going to let you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your background. And just his company is OurErrands, by the way, so let me just say that. Okay. But we'll start out and let you just give a little bit of your background and how you got to where you are today.
Okay. My name is Dr. Deshaun Stevenson. I'm actually a pharmacist based out of Indiana. I went to school at Xavier University of Louisiana, where I graduated in 2010. Currently a pharmacy manager at Walmart Stores Incorporated. I actually came up with OurErrands because actually at the Walmart down the street there was a lot of elderly patients that came to the pharmacy that needed help in addition to their medication. They needed someone to actually do something for them. So OurErrands started initially as a personal assistant type of a business, but we recently completed a accelerator with Comcast, and we transitioned into relocation. So right now we're relocating employees for corporations.
Got it. Now, that's an interesting note you brought up. How does one get involved with an accelerator and make sure everybody knows exactly what that means and what it entails and the benefits and maybe downfalls of being involved in accelerators? There's several here in Atlanta, and of course, most major cities have some. So just give us a little more information about that.
All right. So an accelerator is basically a way to help make sure that your business is flushed out. And make sure that you have a successful business. So we analyze things like the market, we analyze strategy, we analyze different ways in which we can actually, again, be successful. So we found Comcast to be the most premier accelerator in Atlanta that fit our business model. So definitely it's a great opportunity.
How does a person get into that? Do they choose you, or you just choose them and say, I want you, and they give you free help? Explain a little bit more about accelerators.
So we basically, we applied to the accelerator this summer. We received a $20,000 stipend, which will be in exchange for a percentage of our business. And it was a vetted application process to make sure that we were actually committed. Comcast, the farm, is focused on early stage founders. So they're focused on the founders first rather than the idea. So definitely I would encourage you guys, because Comcast the Farm Accelerator applications are open now. I would encourage you guys to apply today. But it's definitely good as far as minorities and trying to be involved within an accelerator within a corporation.
Got it. Yeah, accelerators, people who go through accelerators tend to have a higher success rate in business. Because, again, as any of you who have heard me before, I don't let a show go by that I say you shouldn't have a board of advisors who can hold you as the founder accountable on a regular basis every 3 months, every month, every 6 months. Really, I say not less than every 3 months, to hold you accountable to the goals that you say you're going to do and the business getting to where it's going to be. And the other valuable role that they play that he just mentioned is they help you flush out your idea better. You've got other business minds telling you that what seems like a great product, it could be a great product, but is there a business market for it? Is there applicability for it? How large is that market? Can it scale? To give you a little more depth of knowledge of how to scale your particular business. So, and the other thing that accelerators bring is the people involved in accelerators are generally very well connected in the community, in the business community, in the tech community, and the overall business community in ways, and know about other programs, other sources of money, venture capitalists, the other entrepreneur groups that, are very helpful to
in
a
that
person
process. Yep.
in that whole process from the beginning to the end.
Yep.
So I certainly recommend it. I'm glad you were able to get vetted and get accepted into it. How many people go through it at a time?
So there's a total of 10 companies that were accepted into the last cohort program. So we're definitely excited about that. And we were one of the 10. So yeah.
Again, congratulations just on that. And I advise anybody listening who's got an idea and has started a business to try to, reach out to any accelerators. Yep. I mean, the others don't cross my mind, and I'll get them posted up on the site, which, by the way, is rollingout.com/Tech Tuesdays, which is where these videos appear and will stay. But also we'll start putting additional information up there for you guys, including, different accelerator programs around the country that I'm familiar with and think can be very helpful for anybody as a startup. A little bit of what I will now ask him about is the business. Now that we know how he got into the business and a little bit of how it's gotten to this. How long? When did you actually first say this is a business?
So we started the business in August of 2006.
Okay.
Yeah, we just recently pivoted in October.
Okay.
So definitely it's been a long, arduous process, but we definitely feel like we've learned a lot through the process.
No, that's real important. And pivots are so important, and one of the other reasons I've given before, and I'll repeat it again today, that people have outside advisors is the pivot.
Yes.
Pivot, many companies don't, people have an idea and that, we don't want people to be so married to their idea that they don't understand the value of a pivot. If everybody around you, that has experience is telling you that they see a better way to use the technology you've created or to use the business plan and model that you've created in a different way than you ever saw it, be open to that. It doesn't make them right, doesn't make you wrong, but you should always be open because most businesses do. It's very common that startups pivot. And in this case, it was a pretty large pivot. He went from basically believing doing errands for people was a solution to relocating for corporations, which is a whole different business model. It's a business-to-business model rather than a business-to-consumer model, and a big pivot. So always bear that in mind. I've noticed many of the people that have been on the show talk about a pivot in their business, which usually people who can disassociate enough from their own baby, so to speak, to accept good feedback and often pivot. It's a good sign for success. So, man, I'm looking forward to our errand being really big one day.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Can I get that percentage, Comcast?
I know, right?
All right. Well, what makes our errand different than other errand companies?
So we, again, focus on...
And are you going to leave it our errand? Is that going to be...
For now.
Is that a... have you thought about the fact that now that you've pivoted, that there could be a better...
I've thought about different types of company names, but I really want to stay original to the idea and just expand on that. Okay. So definitely we're going to keep it OurErrands for now. Okay. Yep.
Good deal.
But the way in which we kind of differentiate is, again, focusing on the relocation aspect, and we want to end up creating what's called lifestyle managers instead of personal assistants. So we not only want to relocate employees, but we also want to be able to, when they relocate to that new city, still have somebody in that city that can help them. In the form of lifestyle managers. So that's how we stand apart.
So when you relocate them, give me an example of the services. I'm rolling out, and we're relocating an employee, let's say, to Detroit. What services would you provide me and that person in the process?
So some of the services that we provide are finding childcare, helping set you up with an apartment, finding domestic help or finding domestic services, actually finding the right neighborhood for you. So whatever you need to make sure that you transition well into that new city for the first 6 months and you focus on work and not everything related to that move, that's what we focus on. So destination service provider.
So I assume, like in that case, you're working with realtors as it relates to neighborhood and those things. You're really pulling together the local services.
Correct. Yep.
And managing it based on that person's needs and their corporation's budget.
Exactly.
Well, great. No, and I did notice in some of your information that you offer multiple ways for a company to be involved, either on a subscription basis or on a single
payer basis,
type basis. What information and how do you, kind of from the beginning, again, let's say rolling out. Let's say Odysseus was going to be moving to Detroit on our behalf. How would you normally go from there?
So what happens is, like for example, with Comcast, they're going to give us a list of all of the relocated employees, and we're going to help to work with their existing third-party relocation company called Serva to, as soon as the actual person moves and the company pays for that, we start after that.
Okay.
So we start to find them all the resources to make sure that they get acclimated into that new environment.
Got it.
Yep. And they have that one person in that new city that they can call on.
I think I mentioned earlier being involved in an accelerator, the connection sometimes, and here it is, a perfect example. He's in their accelerator, and he has an opportunity to do business with them. Now, as all good business people realize, it's an opportunity, and hopefully you do a great job at it.
Yes.
Exceed people's expectations, especially in the B2B space. It's a little different than B2C for those of you who maybe haven't had that experience, but your product is suited to business, and that's the market you're going after. I tell people, and as an investor, I've been involved in several startups, and I've seen that in the B2B space, in business period, you should always budget twice as much money as you think it will take you to get where you're going. If you're doing a B2B business, that might need to be 3 times, sometimes 4 times, because I've had the experience of having a better product, pitching it to people who agree that our product is better than what they're using, but as an enterprise, they've already just invested X number of $1 million with some other platform and software and system of doing it, trained all their people over the last 18 months, and they've only been using the new system for 6 months, and they just don't want to spend money again, even though what you have is better than what they're currently using. So here you are thinking, I found a perfect client. What I've got, they're using that. I can beat it. I'm better. And you really can be. It just does not mean that organization is positioned and going to still allow you to come in and do it. For them to start all over with this process that involves X number of employees, and the training and the retraining to do something different than what they have. So what I have found that to mean is that it takes a much longer period of time to make sales than you may have imagined that it was going to take you to make those first sales when you're doing a B2B business. So.
Exactly. And one of the crazy things that happened, again, as you mentioned with the accelerator, is one of the senior vice presidents, he actually, we were studying personal assisting, hotel concierge, all of those industries. And he was like, you know what I really need? He said, I really need help with my employees when they transition. And kind of during our customer discovery phase through our accelerator, analyzing different markets, not being committed to necessarily one market, but being open. He actually said, hey, I would pay you to do this. So then what we actually started to do is we said, okay, Delta Airlines, would you pay for this? Cox, would you pay for this? And we started to really figure out that was actually a need. So as you said, accelerators are definitely a way to kind of just expose you to customer discovery and have you be able to really figure out, okay, how am I going to make money? Not just an idea, but how am I actually going to make money and be able to sustain this throughout my company?
No, that's critical to all startups, because, and again, as long as you know what your startup was created for, if it was to make money, where's the business model? And I tell people, I'm happy to take questions. I'm happy to talk to people. I've watched a lot of demonstrations of products. I've been to a lot of pitch competitions. I've only participated in one, and I won it at the National Urban League this past year in Ohio. We were there. So, I just say there's a lot of opportunities, I think, out there for people. But I do think you might be a great, and I'll say this, I've seen as many successful people in the tech space who aren't tech oriented. I'm a Georgia Tech guy. I got a lot of friends, the people in the tech space, they come up with a lot of great ideas, but people who aren't in the tech space come up with equally as many good solutions to problems. And you need to partner up, pair up, get with somebody who understands and can be the architect of the technology side of it. In an ideal world, you'd have another partner who understands the real business side of it even better, and and the financial side. Which is why companies have a chief financial officer, chief operations officer, and as well as a CEO, because one person, and often a chief either marketing officer or digital officer. So your startup business needs those things, and of course, there's a couple of ways to get them. Pay for them if you've got the money like that. Most startups don't. So you often bring people in as partners, whether even if it's on a compensation plan that they don't get vested in for a period of time. They get vested at a later. Are you the founder and sole owner?
So co-founder with me and my cousin. So
Okay.
my cousin is my co-founder as well, Justice Miranda. Yep.
All right, fantastic.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
shout out. Fantastic. And again, I say that to say that, owning it all is not always the answer. Some people get their baby and it's their idea. And, I think the smartest businesses tend to plan for additional capital, which always usually involves giving away some shares. The further along you are with your product and project, the less you're able to give away. So you want to hold off as long as you can until it's intelligent to do financing, versus just willy-nilly. This should be something well thought out in advance, which is why I said your budget should be 3 times what you think you're going to need to hit your own revenue, to get to that point of revenue. Because until then, especially with tech businesses, it's not like a consulting business where you go out and find your first customer and start making money. While you're developing the apps and the backside and the technological side of what you're doing, you're paying people, but you got no money coming in until that big launch date, at which point then you still got to balance. It doesn't mean because it starts that the revenue will equal what your expenses are at that time. So the other thing we suggest is feel free to hit us up on Facebook if you've got questions for myself or Deshaun today. And we're going to wrap this up for segment 1. We will be back in 2 minutes for segment 2. Stay with us. See you then.
30 million people have been diagnosed with diabetes and 75 million with high blood pressure. Let's talk about the importance of cleaning the blood. 50 years of scientific research have shown that garlic, when taken in the right amount, can help to lower blood pressure, sugar level, and cholesterol, all while providing energy. How? Through cleansing, regulating, and replenishing the blood. Garlic alone is powerful, but for over 41 years, we've discovered that by combining garlic, aloe, and parsley together, we help the body to clean the blood even better. You can clean excess sugar, cholesterol, and waste from the blood and promote better circulation. So don't delay. Do it today. Get your bottle of GAP pills. Normally sells for $49.95, but if you use the promo word HEALTH, you get $10 off. Visit us at aloeheals.com or call us at 404-996-6942.
What's up, guys? This is Lipstick and Cognac. Starting on Tuesday, you guys will be on rollingout.com and on our Facebook page, giving you all the tea you need for relationships. Here to help you out, man. Make sure y'all tune in from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Want to watch your favorite talk show, Lipstick and Cognac. Here with that dynamic duo. You don't want to miss Lipstick, Shadio Comics, and just Cognac Till Like It Is personality, man. It's going to be a great time. Make sure y'all tune in. Tune in on rollnout.com. There's ROLLINGOUT.com. And also on Facebook, Rolling Out Facebook, man. It's going to be a great time. Y'all don't want to miss this. Great laugh, great talks, realness, truth. Man, we ain't really some expert. We know what we talking about. So make sure y'all tune in. Rollnout.com, man. Lipstick and Cognac.
What's up, good people? We're back with Tech Tuesdays with Deshaun here today from OurErrands.com. As always, I'm going to jump right into a few of the upcoming events in Atlanta and around the country for all of you. So I hope you take advantage of these things. I hope, again, starting before next week, we'll have a list of them on the website at rollingout.com/Tech Tuesdays, so you can always update yourself, know where events are in your city, and good things going on in tech. So first on my list today is Byte to Beautiful, building a data pipeline with Google Cloud Platform. It's in Atlanta. It's Thursday in 2 days, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Seasons 52. That's a nice restaurant. At 90 Perimeter Center West in Dunwoody. The event will have insightful analytics-focused transformation series where it will teach you how to architect and execute an analytic strategy that drives your entire organization forward. In this 1-hour lunch session, you'll get a hands-on and create a data pipeline able to feed a modern information architecture. You will learn how to compare data pipeline tool sets across GCP, AWS, and Azure. I'm an Azure customer. That's Microsoft's cloud, and AWS is Amazon Services Cloud. I don't know who GCP is. Use a microcompute instance in Python to scrape web content rather. Implement serverless features via cloud functions. Evaluate whether to use batch or streaming architectures and data flow. And clean, enrich, and persist data via data prep. And it's funny how we mention and talk about serverless, because we had servers here for many years, and I was literally thinking about it this morning that we have pretty well moved everything to cloud locations because it's just cheaper, it's safer. We don't have to upgrade things. When a server fails for them, they got 100 more that replace it, and you never know that you lost your data. So I certainly recommend people taking good advantage of the cloud. It's very inexpensive to store things there. We serve our videos, of course, through a third party separate from even our website hosting company, and that you use those for data these days. GCP, Google Cloud Processes. I'm sure I use those in some form or fashion, but I don't think we have a specific account with Google Cloud Processes. Next on the list, Children and Teens Tech Day for ages 5 to 18. They're going to teach web design and mobile app design. Wow, if you've got children, please, or know people in that age group, or if you're 18, please come out. This Saturday from 10 to 12 at 741 Monroe Drive. Kids Tech Day is a program launched to expose and educate youth in underdeveloped communities on technology and STEM-related programs. The program will cover introduction to the basics of computer programming and website design, including tag definition. Any on the street yet, but they're red. I've seen the pictures. Where? Oh, well, once you get on the app, they'll tell you where to go. Go find the nearest bike. Yeah, right. And it's actually, is it in Uber, in the app? Okay, it's in the Uber app. And some of you may remember I mentioned a month or so ago after I'd gone out to Uber that the people at Uber told me then that they're a transportation platform, not a car ride sharing service. And as a transportation platform, in 3 years, the example he gave was Uber will give you multiple options. You're trying to get from point A to point B, that you can either be by car, be a pooled car, it could be a scooter that gets you to the rapid rail station, and then they have a car that picks you up on the other side of it. It could be a flying car that they'll actually have in 3 years that'll come and get you so that you're not dealing with traffic, that will literally fly to you and fly you out. Of course, that's the premium service. But all those options, anything that gets you from where you are to where you're trying to get to with any of the available means of public/private/ their job is to get best. and people to that goal. And Uber think people for freight, whole nother part
under the model
of what they have going. Yes. But I'm glad they're here. I read the article yesterday, and they said it launched yesterday, and I was excited because I'm definitely planning on using the electric bike. And then it'll cost $1 to start and 10 cents a minute after that, after January 27th. And it says, with reduced pricing available to low-income residents. Thank you, Uber. I did not know that. But I'm glad to hear it. So yeah, just unlock the bike as normal and the discount will apply. Riders can take up to 5 free 15-minute rides per day. I guess that's during this period up until January 27th. And then have your credit card ready and on file. Well, Uber already has it, so, you know. Next, we have Amazon Showroom lets you customize furniture in a virtual living room. Amazon sells thousands of home furnishings, including couches, carpets, chairs, and tables. Finding out which one is suitable for your living room can be a difficult task. So this week, they quietly rolled out the Amazon Showroom, a tool that lets you place furniture in a virtual living room, making online furniture shopping more visual. Well, that's good. I assume it works for bedrooms and other living spaces, I'm sure, than even just the living room. So that's great. Why didn't I do that one ahead of Amazon, right?
Yeah, no.
Any questions today? Well, good. Well, we're going to go back to our errand then. How about that?
Perfect.
Where do you see the business going in the next 18 months to 3 years?
So we have some exciting news. We actually are teaming up with the NFL for the upcoming Super Bowl.
Holding back on me.
Yes. So we're in preparation to work with the owners and the owners of the teams, as well as the CEOs of the sponsored corporations.
Okay.
We're going to actually help to assist them as they transition into the city for those 4 days that they're going to be here. So we're working on with the NFL right now. Ultimate goal is to meet with the NFL this summer in New York City, and potentially talk to them about doing professional relocation for athletes as well. So
exciting.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're excited.
Glad you took that pivot.
Yeah.
Off of doing errands and trying to sell to individuals. You know, I think once you get that bug of B2B, the numbers just get so much greater than B2C, unless you've got something you're selling to every man, woman, and child.
Exactly.
And for everybody who thinks their product is for every man, woman, and child, it's not. Whatever your product is that you're selling to people, not as many people are going to buy it as you imagine. But that's in any business. But B2B, the numbers do get a lot better. So a lot of love on that with the NFL. Congratulations on that too.
Thank you.
So,
I appreciate it.
2018 and going into 2019 has been a very good year for you.
Yeah, it's been a good year.
Good.
This is the year of expansion.
Do you have other employees right now other than you and your partner?
Yeah, so we had on our old platform, we had about over 100 personal assistants,
Okay.
and we're in the process of switching some of them to employees, and we're mainly utilizing our lifestyle managers to as realtors, basically. So we're recruiting realtors as well. So yeah,
congratulations on that.
Yeah,
and I definitely wholeheartedly agree with what you said related to going into business and why you go into business. And, obviously it's not for everybody.
It's not.
And while you were saying that, I've seen it thinking to myself, there really needs to be a service that really a person can come to and really get. So don't be taking my idea now. None of y'all either. But, and really come to a place and be given some feedback on an early basis in their business that really reflects down to their current lifestyle. If you're living, many people in America are living beyond their means. Their credit's not in good shape. Let's say you're spending everything that you bring in. You're really not positioned to start a business, even if you have a great idea. You kind of need to sell that idea, license it to somebody who's in a better position.
Exactly.
Because, every business requires certain sacrifices. And until you've disciplined yourself for those, you probably aren't going, if you haven't disciplined yourself in other ways, you're very much not likely to discipline yourself in the ways you have to for that business. But certainly your credit plays a huge role. If there weren't for credit cards and lines of credits and families and friends, I can't speak for every business, but there would not be a rolling out today. 20 years later, I can definitely tell you that. So I tell people, having those things for most businesses, because you're not going to get to the money as quick as you think you are. There aren't going to be so many people coming to you that you're making the amounts of money that you think you are. So you need to be prepared for that. Again, plan for 2 to 3 times the amount of money you think you need to get your business going, and then how do you finance that amount of money so that you actually can get to the step. So again, and just being in business is not for everyone. I know a lot of friends, very smart people, great jobs, but I don't think that they're the type of person. And again, it's a work-life balance. And a lot of times starting up a business, there isn't much balance sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes it's all about the business. And if you know that that's not really a part of your current DNA and biggest desires, you should actually be a part of the people who invest in companies. You still have a way to participate, help the community, solve problems that are needed here in the world. One of the great things out of the Obama administration, the Jobs Act, as it's called, JOBS, allows people to invest. You don't have to be, previous to that, you had to make over 100, or now it's 150,000 a year, your net worth $1 million, to be able to invest in startup and small companies that aren't like big enough to be on the stock exchange. But through that act, now you can invest $100 into startup companies. I've done so. Separate from direct investments that I've done in companies, there's a company called GeoOrbital that invented a wheel that's a motorized wheel for electric bicycles. You don't have to change your bicycle. You got a great bicycle, you can just put the wheel on. The motor's right in it. And it's also built on some different techniques. The reason I like them is they have patents on, it's not a spoke and hub. It's like the spoke stays in the middle, and it has wheels that actually roll the wheel. So it's a different technology. Wheels can go sideways and some other cool stuff. So again, one day hopefully there'll be a billion-dollar company and I'll benefit from it. But you can put $100, $200, $300. Or for those, if you've got, you can only do, I think, up to $5,000 a year maybe, or $2,500. But it's a way to be involved in technology. You can see who the people are involved, and you can choose. There's several platforms. Republic is a platform for that. Ground Floor is a platform for that in real estate. There's several others. You can, once again, Google it. Yeah. But today, we're going to wrap up. We're going to go to commercial, and then we'll come back, and we'll be back with Deshaun. We'll see you in 2 minutes.
With customizable streaming TV from Xfinity, watch the most free TV shows, hit movies, and live sports on the go. At home, access Netflix, YouTube, and Pandora right from your TV. And with the X1 voice remote, just say it and see it.
Show me HBCU.
With Black Film and TV, watch your favorite college entertainment, HBCU football games, and much more. Xfinity. Simple, easy, awesome.
Did you know 30 million people have been diagnosed with diabetes and 75 million with high blood pressure? Let's talk about the importance of cleaning the blood. 50 years of scientific research have shown that garlic, when taken in the right amount, can help to lower blood pressure, sugar level, and cholesterol, all while providing energy. How? Through cleansing, regulating, and replenishing the blood. Garlic alone is powerful, but for over 41 years, we've discovered that by combining garlic, aloe, and parsley together, we help the body to clean the blood even better. You can clean excess sugar, cholesterol, and waste from the blood, and promote better circulation. So don't delay. Do it today. Get your bottle of Gap Pills. Normally sells for $49.95, but if you use the promo word HEALTH, you get $10 off. Visit us at aloeheals.com or call us at 404-996-6942.
For our final wrap-up today, we thank you for joining us on our first show of the year. We're going to make sure everybody knows how to reach Deshaun and a little bit more about his business just in terms of his social, etc. If you'll share that with us.
Perfect. You can follow me at Dr._Deshaun, or you can follow our business at OurErrands on Instagram, Facebook, and also on LinkedIn. Our website is going to launch December the 1st.
No, February.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm in last year.
Okay.
February the 1st of 2019 at www.OurErrands.com. Thank you.
Right. And now, for the viewers who know that Sean can be spelled S-E-A-N or S-H, tell us that, repeat your Instagram.
It's Dr._DESHAWN, and you can follow me on Instagram. Thanks.
All right, great. You can follow me, Randy Fling, on Instagram at Randy Fling. I would suggest, again, I'll repeat it one more time, rollingout.com/Tech Tuesdays is where you'll find these shows, as well as our weekly printed stories that we're doing on tech tips, tech apps that are different from what you've heard about here on the show today. And we'll also have a place that'll reference the events that are coming up in your city that you can attend, that'll be coming up that we think are great and that are geared toward our community, so that you can find those other people in the community that are like-minded, so that you can keep your process, your business, and your life moving forward. Thank you for joining us today as we wrap up this week's Tech Tuesdays.